Into center. And caught by Santana.
Let's go.
Santana comes in and snags it. Joel Ramos. Didanatis, the scoop, the flip, and over to second. Maybe that one goes in top 5 plays. Out number 2. Pretty impressive grab there. I don't know if we can take another look at that great defensive grab. Here's another look. Beautiful diving grab. Corny from Worth. You know, it was funny because we talked about you coming up earlier, and I was thinking, you know, it's past midnight. I mean, I knew you were here, but I was thinking that just may have not been the night for you to make your way up. But, you know I turn into a pumpkin at midnight. I know that.
I feel like a pumpkin right now, I can tell you that. Been here a long time today, but, you know, it's you can't, one thing you can count on down here in Florida is it's going to rain sometime, so. Glad they got these games in, though. This will pay dividends tomorrow.
Newbill's the batter, and that's the weird thing today is it was the lightning more than the rain, because that was what was frustrating to Elliott, you know, talking to him beforehand, is how many hours we spent in the stadium looking at a dry field with, I guess, lightning all around us.
Yep. Well, you know how that goes with safety and everything. They got to, I think it's what, is it 8 miles or 5 miles or something?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah, if they have lightning strikes, they got to shut it down. So,
Linedrive scoring a run here in the second. Resmondo with their second crack when we come back.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
You SSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Since day one, Combat has been at the forefront of composite bats. Combat bats deliver on average a 15% larger sweet spot than the closest competitor. In today's game, where margins for error are small, Combat's on average 15% larger sweet spot means our bats reach maximum performance over a wider span. It's the difference between a home run or the warning track, a base hit through the middle or hitting into a double play. It's the difference between winning and losing.
All right, Lee Powers starts off action here in the bottom of the second inning.
balls hit hard from the big man from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
It's a big offseason. But that's one thing about Travis Resmondo and John Rector. It seems year in and year out, they continue to bring in maybe that one or two big young stars that really changes the complexion of the team and really changes it a couple years from now as well.
Yep, they they started with obviously Santana and Yates last year, and then bringing Lee in this year. you know, you see the conference changing a little bit more and more, you know, and an influx of young players coming into the conference, which I think is healthy for softball, you know, because, you know, some of these guys, the veteran players, are only going to play for so much longer, and then you got to replace them with, you know, some of the younger guys, and they've made some good choices here, obviously.
Well, and so many of the players on Resmondo, it seems like they've been playing forever.
Yep, and have been really good forever, too. So, you know, it's hard sometimes to, you know, to make changes sometimes when the guys just continue to have good years.
Jeremy Yates going for it all. He got it all for sure, and it stays fair.
Right over the House Cat Lounge.
So it's 3-1 Resmondo.
Yeah, I was going to say this game kind of started out like I suspected it would. You know, teams have been sitting around here waiting and waiting for that other game to finish. And, you know, the Laser Vision had a chance to run rule Bazzini there and didn't take advantage of it, so you got to play another half inning. And, you know, so they just keep waiting. And then, you know, now you're in a situation where, you know, I think they'll start getting a little more of the juices flowing, and this game will start moving along a little more offensively.
Well, kind of a disadvantage of these teams that you basically waited all the way to midnight to really kick things off. Here's DiDonatis, who saw him make that brilliant defensive grab back at the top of the second inning. Gets aboard, and his wheels are still looking sharp. I know he's been battling an injury this year, but you can't tell the way he raced out of the box.
Yep. He's a tough nut, Junior. He'll hang in there and he'll give you all he's got. And he's been playing through a lot of pain this year, and it's had a really good year, both offensively and defensively.
Jeremy Eisenhower now for Resmondo.
He got up under that one a little bit.
2 outs. DiDonatis tags and goes to second. Caught out by Corey Booth. 1 on and 2 out.
See, a lot of the Resmondo guys are using the new Worth bats for 2015.
Yeah, we got a chance to pull them out of the wrapper on Sunday night, didn't we?
Yep. They were out here hitting them, getting them broke in and everything, and they really like them.
Base hit to right field. DiDonatis, they're waving him around. He'll score easily, and Santana in with an RBI double. How many swings do you think these athletes got on these bats before we see them here game ready?
I would think the guys that were in, you know, the guys that came in on Friday or Saturday that hit Sunday probably put 100, 150 swings on them.
Yeah.
You know, these bats are engineered, obviously, to get to that number fast, and they, you know, our engineers up in Caledonia, Minnesota, do an outstanding job. You know, everybody. The challenge is always to make a great bat better, and they've stepped to the plate the last 2 or 3 years and lived up to that reputation. You know, when you see guys basically getting 2 or 3 days to hit them, and then they're using them in the game, that's a testimony to the product.
Absolutely. Willie's going to draw a walk, and here's Greg Cannell. We saw him hit it over the clock last night, literally over the clock. If you saw our top 5 plays, which I recommend you checking out at either facebook.com/USSSA slow pitch or go to youtube.com/USSSA today. They have top 5 plays listed from yesterday, and
that ball there is absolutely mashed.
Almost identical to that one.
Over.
And he goes over the scoreboard again.
I tell you, Connell's locked in. There ain't no question. He has hit some monster shots in the last couple days. And again, this is a bat he just started hitting on Sunday.
And they started late, but Resmondo is still trying to get us home maybe on time, at least the way that it looks here in the second so far. They've scored 6, and what was a pretty tight game now has opened up a little bit. It's 7-1. Still a lot of time left in this game, but we see how quickly things can turn.
I think again, the having to stand around and wait, and play the waiting game and everything is hard on them. It's hard on anybody.
Purcell flies out, inning over. We move on to the third here at ESPN Wide World of Sports. Another towering shot by Greg Cannell as Resmondo up 7-1. USSSA is the world's premier sports organization with over 4 million participants. The top youth baseball stars compete at the Wilson DeMarini Elite World Series and the Louisville Slugger Championship, looking to qualify for the USSSA National Youth Championships. In fast pitch, the top teenagers are on the field with USA Select, and the best in the world are on the USSSA Florida Pride. Nationwide Conference USSSA provides the ultimate challenge in slow pitch softball. At every level, you play the best when you play USSSA.
I've prepared all off-season for this day. Thousands of swings got me right here. And I have the best slow pitch bat in my hands. The power of a lighter swing weight, stronger barrel, and extreme distance. Plus the superior feel of connecting with the only three-piece bat in the game. Not to mention I want to leave that team standing on the field. So bring it.
Corey Large starts off here in the third for Linedrive.
Corey's from down in Texas. He's one of the bright young stars in the conference. This kid really can go get it in the outfield. Left-handed hitter, does have power and tremendous wheels, and really a good kid. I mean, he's always got a good attitude, smile on his face. He's one of my favorites. He's a good little player.
Home Run Derby tomorrow night. Starts at 6:30 on ESPN3. But what do you expect we might see home run champion-wise in that home run derby? It's a completely different element than obviously hitting in a game situation.
I think sometimes that, some of these guys that you're seeing hitting these long balls in these games, from time to time they may not be the home run champion in a derby, but I wouldn't bet against Cannell.
Yeah.
The other guy who really spins the ball well and seems to always hit good in this stadium is Purcell.
Seems like being a left-handed hitter, though, is almost a prerequisite for winning the home run derby, isn't it?
Yeah, but you take the conditions like tonight, it may change a little bit because it's the ball's flying everywhere tonight. So unless you're getting a wind that's blowing into that corner like it typically does here, we saw some monster shots last year in the home run derby by right-handed hitters. So, and like I said, the way Cannell's swinging the bat right now, I don't know if I'd bet against him.
Ryan Parfit at the plate. Try to check out the forecast for tomorrow. Rain, obviously, and actually more lightning than rain tonight was the big issue.
Right.
Stalling us tonight. Seemed for a moment we were really cruising along. Elliott had us well ahead of schedule. Base
Look
hit.
at that play.
Oh, my goodness. Junior.
Wow.
Got it again. Trying to make a candidate for play number 1 on the night.
I've seen that time and time again by Junior, but every time he does it, those are some quick hands right there. Great play.
Try to see if here's another look. Brilliant grab.
Good hold at second on the bag there, too. That's, it's not always the easiest play there when a guy makes it. He's got to kind of rush the throw to get the force, and nice job holding the bag there by Cannell.
Formosa's the hitter. Weather tomorrow looks kind of like a typical Florida day. 40% chance of rain right around the men's major World Series home run derby, but 40% all night long, which sometimes you find out means that it's going to rain, and some days it means it's not going to rain.
Yep.
Guess you're basically at a little under 50-50.
You got a 60% chance that it's not.
Yeah.
So
Better than it could be the other way, I guess, right?
that's exactly right. That's Florida, though.
What when they're starting to build a retractable roof here.
That would be nice.
There's a foul out.
A nice pitch by Purcell there to get Formosa.
We always talk about how good Andy Purcell is. What is it that makes him so great?
Well, he's got a great command of the knuckleball. Obviously, I mean, he probably throws one of the best in the game. But he also has tremendous location. I mean, he can locate his pitches where he wants, which is big for the defense. Because if you see, like, if you look at their defensive formation they're in now, they're stacking here on the left side. So what Andy will typically do is try to work the ball inside to get him to hit it that way. The other thing is he seems to really rise to the occasion when the chips are down, when you got to have outs. And you know, I've seen him many occasions where Resmondo was being threatened of a run rule, and he'll come in and just shut the other team down. And you know, finally, his competitive nature is second to none. I mean, he won't accept anything else but winning. And his intensity is obviously, you know, one of the top intense guys in the conference as well. So.
I wouldn't want to be a trash can in a dugout, I can tell you that, especially after a pop out.
Yep. Water bottles, trash cans are usually not safe.
Formosa, pitch inside.
And you look at Sal Formosa and look at his brother. It's kind of a unique contrast.
There's a walk and the bases are loaded.
This is a big swing here by Corey Booth. And this is where you'll see Purcell really, you know, focus here. And he's going to have to hit his best pitch to make something happen here.
They have an opportunity to pull within one on a ball that could leave the yard.
Got
Not on that pitch.
See, Salas has got room and makes the play. But see, there again, you know, you got to have an out there. And he throws a really good pitch and jams Booth, who's a really good power hitter from Richmond, Virginia. He's got good pop. He's a strong individual, and got him in on his hands and got him to make that big out right there. So Resmondo holds a 7-2 lead going into the bottom of the third.
Welcome to Boomba Custom Inc., fully customizable uniforms and apparel. Start with several pre-designed looks with the Quick Start feature, or begin with a clean slate using one of the many blank templates available. Each Boomba Custom Inc. garment allows you to choose from a selection of premium fabrics that are specifically designed to perform at the highest level. With countless gradients, patterns, and color options, you can create a unique design specifically for you or your team. Boomba offers stock and custom logos, or you can provide your own. Finish off your design with names and numbers, and add your roster of players to generate an estimate. With the Boomba Custom Ink Builders, the possibilities are endless. Start designing today, exclusively at Boomba.com.
That ball is roped by Jimmy Salas in the left.
How often do you see that where you make that a final defensive play and come up and help your team out with a double?
Yep. Well, Jimmy's, you know, arguably one of the best defensive third basemen in the conference, and he's also a really good hitter. It's good to see him getting off to a decent start here in this World Series. Bubba hits a hard ground ball. Let's see if they get him. Yep.
So there's one away on a ground out. And here's Lee Powers.
You know, a lot of times too on a play like that, the first baseman get overlooked.
Yep.
We saw it in the B Worlds. Some of the plays Harvenko was making over there, and that was a nice play by Branch on that. A lot of times you'll see that ball come up and hit him in the heel of the glove and pop out, but he kept his foot on the bag and made a nice play on that hop.
Powers into center. And they're on the corners with one out.
Here comes the big man from King, North Carolina, B.J. Falk.
It's pretty early, but this could be one of those make or break innings for line drive defensively. They've only pushed across 2 runs so far, and if Resmondo can strike with 6 like they did in the second, it could end up being hard for me to say it would be a short night. Game-wise, a short night. Day-wise, a long night.
Exactly.
B.J. Falk.
B.J. hits a solid line drive.
They're on the corners.
Here comes Jeremy Yates, the young speedster from the Lake City, Florida area. Yates has got tremendous speed. If he hits a ball anywhere on the ground to the left side, it's going to be tough to get him. But instead, he just go ahead and
no doubt about that one.
Right over the House Cat Lounge.
Both walls. It clears.
Needless to say, Bernie, that new Worth Resmondo Dionatis Purcell's pretty good.
Looks pretty sharp to me. I might even be able to hit it out.
Listen, I wouldn't bet against Bernie. I wouldn't bet against you, big man.
I need a little cookie in there. Guess that one didn't get over both, but it came pretty close to clearing both the walls. Here's Dionatis. Showcased his speed his last time up. That one goes just foul. Nice little kick save there at third.
Yep. Junior's going to clean his glasses off here. Got a little bit of dirt on him.
He's like that adjustment, going to the spectacles during the game.
He started wearing those glasses last year, and, I think he's really adapted well to them. He's had a solid year at the plate last year, and he's having a solid year at the plate again this year. I know myself about 5 or 6 years ago, I had to start wearing glasses, and it's a tough adjustment. It's this guy here is again one of the best defensive shortstops I've ever seen. And always seems to come up with a clutch hit when they need one. There he goes again back, and he's got
Hustles beats it out.
Yep.
A base hit. One out.
I was going to say, we talk about picking players up and getting the right players and everything, and you can see Resmondo's really laden their lineup with a lot of left-handed hitters, which, ultimately when you're playing here at Disney, as you pointed out earlier, it's a definite advantage.
It's both 335 down both lines, but there's really just an angle from the power alley at 385 to 335 that you just don't see on the left side. More rounded, I guess, is the best way to describe it out in left field. More of a straight shot there in right field. Like they ran out of room and they needed to put a couple more car spots in, and maybe doesn't affect the Braves quite as much as it helps these guys out.
Well, you can see that definite straighter line over here, where in a left field it's more bowed out. So, and plus, the conditions here usually favor. I've seen those flags many years blowing right toward that corner there, so it definitely gives the left-handed hitters an advantage. And that ball's skied high. That's going to be caught.
It's still a pretty productive inning.
Yep.
Santana Won't go as a sac fly in the slow pitch book, but it will go as an RBI, and
Right.
they've scored 6 here, and it's now 13-2.
Yeah, I know Nick's not going to be happy about that at bat, but it was a productive at bat, and that's really at the end of the day what matters. Here comes one of the best hitters, you know, arguably in the last 10 years, Dennis Rulli from Moore Park, California.
Base hit out to left. Rulli hustling around, and he goes 2.
We've seen that a lot, haven't we, Bernie? A few times anyway.
And it's second with a double. Now Cannell has a chance to hit it over the scoreboard for the 3rd time in the tournament. They're all swinging that new bat, aren't they?
Yep, he's got the new balanced. Greg, that's actually his signature bat, the Greg Cannell Legit. He, you know, he swung a one-piece traditionally for most of his career, and you know, took some hacks with the two-piece balanced Legit last year down the stretch there at the end of the season, and really come to like it. And you know, talked to us at Worth about it, and you know, we decided to go ahead and put his name on a two-piece, and he, as you can see, he really likes it.
What is it that he liked better about making the transition?
I think sometimes the two-piece bat just tends to have a little more flex down in the handle, and if you get a little later swing sometimes on a ball, I think you know, with the advanced flex, I think it just drops the sweet spot down more and puts the ball, you know, it just, to me, just enlarges the sweet spot, even though, you know, from an engineering standpoint, you've got 2 bat barrels and they may be the same length, that the whiplash in the handle just tends to bring the sweet spot down the barrel a little bit more, and I think it helps guys when they swing a little bit late. And of course, Cannell, you know, he's got fast hands. It's not like he's really late very often, but he just likes it.
Salas is the hitter. 2 on with 2 out. 7 in the inning for Resmondo.
Most of the guys, you know, in Resmondo all year have used the two-piece bats. Jimmy hits a nice little rope there in the left center field gap, and that's probably going to score 2. Danny Lopez sends Andy in. So again, like you said, Bernie, you know, there comes a point in every game where you start seeing some separation, and let's see what you know, Brent Newbill can do here to slow things down. I'm kind of surprised they haven't called the timeout here and just tried to. Oh, here he comes.
Resmondo on the verge of double digits here in the 3rd inning. Winner of this one's going to take on Backman at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Precision will take on Laser Vision at 4:30 in our featured games tomorrow night. Home Run Derby on ESPN wide, or ESPN 3, I should say, at 6:30 in between the 2 games here from ESPN Wide World of Sports. And we'll have losers coverage starting at 8 a.m. right here. So we're, even at this point, if we were done, we're 7 hours or so away from being back on the air.
Well,
lots of programming here, which is good
I'm wondering
for the folks in programming, right?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if me and my partner Denny down there are going to walk in the morning or not.
Yeah.
Usually get up early in the morning, but heck, may sleep in tomorrow.
You deserve it. Tonight you're putting in some extra hours,
oh,
right?
Yeah. My man Denny's down there. You can see him down there in the front row. He's still with us.
He's enjoying every moment of this game. The way they're swinging the bats, though, pretty impressive night. Makes it a lot easier on the manufacturer's side when you see your bats producing the way they're doing.
Yep.
As you see Bubba Mack at the plate now.
See if that, wow, that ball smoked.
Launched into the night.
Nice catch out there by the young man on the hill.
Little web
How
jam.
about that?
looked like Mr. Smith on the back of his uniform.
Yeah.
Comes in and makes a snag. Put him in top 5 place tonight.
Perhaps a young Jeremy Yates in the making. Look at that. Nice bead on it.
Makes it look easy, too, doesn't he?
Like he's been doing it for 10 years.
11 into the inning.
Oof.
Hot shot there by Lee Powers. And it just took a wicked hop, and Sal Formosa couldn't corral it.
Sal's a pretty slick fielder, too. He ain't going to miss many.
B.J. Falk is the hitter for Resmondo.
BJ's got some nice bumper music there.
Yeah. What's your song you'd go with?
I'm old, so I'd probably go with some vintage Journey or Boston or something like that. I think BJ has went over the, yes, he has.
Get up, get out.
The House Cat Lounge has been visited again.
18-run advantage. And if they can bring in 2 more runs, line drive would be down to their final 3 outs. But first, a pitching change. We'll take a break as well. Resmondo on the move, leading 20-2.
I could tell you about how hard I work. Brag about the long hours I've put in. I could show you my trophies, all the awards and accolades, but that's not me. I'd rather let my bat do the talking.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
You SSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Well, we're back, folks. Line drive there after the pitching change. Got what they were looking for. Got a fly ball out, and we'll see what they do here in the top of the 4th. Chris Hansen's going to lead things off here. Chris is from California, I believe the Los Angeles area. He's a slick field and middle infielder for line drive. We'll see what line drive can do to answer. They're going to have to score some runs here, obviously, or they're going to be in danger of a run rule here. And Hansen hits a nice ground ball between Junior and Ruley for a hit. And he's on with a single. And here comes another solid fielding infielder from the Tampa, Florida area, Joel Ramos. Joel's been on the circuit for quite a while. Has played for some of those good Belcourt teams, and is still a very valuable asset as far as defensively goes, and not a bad hitter either. Joel skies this ball to left field, and this is going to be playable by Yates. And Hansen's going to fake the tag and go back to first base. Here comes Farron Miller, the relief pitcher that came in and got the out line drive needed to hold the damage. Linedrive is the reigning 2014 A World Champions, as they double dip Precision in the A World to take the title. And this ball is going to be skied to center, and Nick Santana is going to take control of that and put that one away with no tag. So we got 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And that's going to bring up Corey Large, leadoff hitter. Corey's 0 for 1 in the game here, and again, he's a threat to hit the gap and get extra bases, or does have power to hit it out of here. So we'll see what the young hitter from the Dallas, Texas area does here. Takes one inside from Andy. Corey hits a sky-high ball into the infield, and that looks like Cannell drifts under it, and that's going to be the final out of this inning. So Resmondo's ahead 20-2 going into the bottom of the 4th. So, like I said, the run rule here is looming. So Linedrive will have to put up a solid defensive inning to stay in the game. We'll be back.
Hello, baseball fans. My name is Dylan Bundy, Major League pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. Growing up, I played USSSA baseball, and that was the start of my youth career. Now I am a proud member of the All-American team. Playing in the All-American Showcase will allow you to be the next All-American.
Are you the next All-American? Come showcase your skills in front of our professional scouting staff who will create for you a personalized player profile. Go to USSSAallamerican.com today to find out how our evaluation process can help prepare you to play at the next level.
We have a max load. We have a super max. I've got the ultra max. Whoosh. I'm Kevin Philby, and this is the new 2014 KF30 Ultra Max design for serious power hitters.
Junior leading off the inning. It's 20-2. Resmondo on top, but they need only 2 to end it right here in the 4th inning.
Farron Miller did come in the game, Bernie, and got that out last inning. Or we may have had a run. Ooh.
And we had our top 5 plays all settled for the night, but needed to make some adjustments after we saw the snag earlier by DeDonatis. I know that they're updating it right now. Maybe get a sneak preview in a moment. But the base runner on first did make the top 5 with the snag that we saw earlier, and I'm sure that doesn't come as any surprise to you.
Well, let's see what Izzy does here. He's from Olathe, Kansas. He's one of the Mike and advisory staff hitters that plays for Resmondo, the only one. And Izzy hits a rope into right field to move Junior to second. So Resmondo's in a very good spot here with another lefty coming to the plate, and then then your leadoff hitter, Ruley.
Here's Santana.
Santana's a local Orlando area product from Oviedo, Florida.
And he's going to end the ball game.
And that's going to be it. See ya.
Final score, 23-2. And Resmondo moves on to play Backman Chop, hopefully at 9 o'clock if we can keep things online tomorrow night.
Impressive win.
Lose the bug there. before we go to wrap things up, Lindsey Brocklesby's been hard at work with our top plays of the night. And before we move into YouTube, let's take a preview. This is a look back at the day here at the Men's Major World Series. Our top 5 plays coming your way. Play number 5. Hot corner is really hot, isn't it?
As a former first baseman, I can tell you those are. You kind of have a lot of things going through your mind when that ball's coming at you because it don't take long.
And you always have to know where you're going. Some great acrobatic racing out there to grab this play. A little basket catch.
Yeah, and that's one of the toughest plays in softball or baseball. When you got that flare hit directly over your head, that's always a tough read.
Play number 3, a little elevation. And nearly a double play.
Yeah, I don't think the first baseman thought that was going to be caught either. He kind of standing there watching.
Play number 2 for Mooch. Knocked it down. And we've had so many good plays at shortstop. We had to end up having 2 number 1 plays tonight. As we check out our top play, or plays, I should say, of the day. They're laying out.
That's a heck of a play right there.
And then, of course, our late nominee here coming from this game.
That's an amazing play. And again, you know, as I pointed out earlier, that's a good play by Cannell to hold that bag, too. Junior makes a great stop and gets it over there where Connie can get his glove on it. That's both well-deserving. And, of course, you know, precision. What did we talk about it when we were watching them at the B World as they were going on their way to a championship? Great defense, timely hitting.
Defense wins championships.
Right there again. So
the offense sells the tickets, and we might see it a lot tomorrow night. 4:30, we have Precision taking on Laser Vision, and then Backman and Resmondo at 9 o'clock with the Home Run Derby in between. Going to be a heck of a night tomorrow night. We hope you join us on the air here on USSSALive.com for our entire crew who's worked so tirelessly today. So long from Orlando.